10 myths about podcasting debunked and more on this episode of Legit Podcast Pro. Stick around. Hi, welcome to Legit Podcast Pro. I'm Gordon Firemark, the podcast lawyer. This podcast is for you if you are serious about podcasting, whether it's in your business or as a career or as a sideline. This is your number one resource to get tips, strategies, and advice from me and my guests on how to protect and grow and profit from your podcast like a legit podcast pro. So let's get started. Today's topic is 10 myths about podcasting debunked. Our first myth today, podcasting is only for tech-savvy people. Reality is, many people believe that podcasting believes extensive technical knowledge, but that is just far from the truth. It is becoming increasingly accessible, and anyone with a smartphone and an internet connection can start a podcast. There are several podcast hosting platforms out there and editing tools available, making it easy for anyone to create and publish your content. And of course, listening has gotten awfully easy as well. Our second myth is that podcasting is dying out. The reality is that despite some people believing that podcasting is on the decline and all those alarming headlines and that, it's actually experiencing exponential growth. In 2021, the number of active podcast shows reached over 2 million with over 48 million episodes available. And in 2022, I saw that number was closer to 4.25 million. The number of monthly podcast listeners is increasing. Over 75% of the US population is aware of what a podcast is, and a big chunk of them listen. The average number of episodes listened to per week by US listeners is 8, so that's pretty amazing. And it's a growing industry. The third myth is that podcasting is only for long-form content. The reality is podcasting isn't limited to long-form content. It can be any length, from a few minutes to several hours. And while some podcasts are designed to be in-depth and informative, others are designed to be short and sweet, providing bite-sized information or entertainment to listeners. This show is a good example. We try to keep it short and fun, and yeah, hope you like it. Other good example is my friend James Cridland's Pod News Daily, where he covers the content of his newsletters in about 3 minutes every day. And great way to get information about podcasting. Podnews.net, I think it is. Myth number four, podcasting is only for entertainment purposes. Well, that couldn't be farther from the truth. Podcasting can cover a wide range of topics, including education, news, business. And while entertainment-based podcasts are popular, there are many successful shows that are in the educational or information or training arena, and many of them provide valuable insights in specific industries. Myth number 5 says that podcasting is expensive to produce, and the reality is podcasts can be produced with minimal equipment and software, and many of the successful podcasts out there are recorded on a tiny shoestring budget. While some shows invest in high-end equipment and technology, it is not necessary to create a successful podcast. All you need is a basic microphone, some audio editing software, and a quiet room where you can sit and record. That's all you need. Myth number 6, podcasting is only for millennials. Well, one look at me and you'll know that ain't true. While some people believe that podcasting is only for young people, the reality is podcasting is very popular among all age groups. And in fact, over half of all listeners of podcasts are over the age of 35. Podcasting is a great way to connect with a diverse range of audiences and age groups. Number 7 myth, podcasting requires a large audience to be successful. Well, the reality is, yes, having a large audience is desirable, but there are plenty of small niche podcasts that are very successful and profitable. Lots of them are designed for very specific niches. And as long as the content is engaging and the audience is dedicated, a small audience can be lucrative for creators. My own Entertainment Law Update podcast is a good example of that. There are only a few thousand folks who are that interested in the field of entertainment law in the whole wide world. And if we've got a reach of, half or 2/3 of them, I feel like that's a great thing, even if we are only reaching a small number, a few thousand people total. So it doesn't have to be giant, enormous reach to have impact and influence. Myth number 8, podcasting is only for the English language. Well, of course, I think you recognize this. Podcasts are produced in many, many languages, and they're accessible to a global audience. Yes, English is among the most popular languages, but there are plenty of podcasts that are being produced in Spanish and Chinese and Portuguese, as well as many other languages. It is a truly global phenomenon. Myth number 9, podcasting is only for the United States. Not true. Podcasting is a global phenomenon. Listeners and creators live and operate in every single part of the world. And while the United States is home to many popular podcasts, it is also popular in other parts of the world. Europe, Asia, Africa, everywhere you go, and South America too. You will see lots and lots of podcasting going on. And our number 10 myth to be debunked today is that podcasting is an oversaturated or saturated market. And the reality is, yeah, there's a few million podcasts out there, and many of them are in production, and there are lots and lots of podcasts available. There is still plenty of room for new and unique and engaging content. This market is continuously evolving, and there is always room for new voices and fresh perspectives. And with the rise of new technologies and innovative approaches to podcasting, this industry is always changing. So creating new opportunities is happening. If you're a creator, if you've got something to say, something to share, a message, an impact to have, podcasting is a great way to do it. Now, I just want to tell you a little bit about Easy Legal for Podcasters. Currently, we are in the midst of a promotion for this. It is good through Friday evening. We are offering our Easy Legal for Podcasters course and templates bundle for half the normal price. You can go on over to easylegalforpodcasters.com and check that out. Easy Legal for Podcasters is a flagship course and training program combined with a bunch of legal templates and documents to help you get your podcast up and running from a business and legal affairs standpoint really fast, really easy, and really affordably. You will learn all about your getting your business structure set up, whether you need an LLC or a corporation, or maybe it's just a simple partnership or co-production agreement. You'll learn about getting your team structures set up, documented, and set up to protect you. You'll learn about your intellectual property strategies and how to protect your stuff and yourself as you do that. And you'll learn the big one is monetizing your show. You'll learn about the transactional side, the deal-making side of making deals to sponsor or otherwise monetize your podcast. All of that with all of the forms, templates, downloadable documents that you need to make it happen for yourself quickly and easily without having to hire expensive lawyers at easylegalforpodcasters.com. I am really, really proud of this product that I've got, easylegalforpodcasters.com. You can see my shirt. Whoops, there it is. easylegalforpodcasters.com is the place to go if you want to get your legal stuff up and running so you can play the bigger game, play to win, not just to not lose, and start treating your podcast like the professional operation you know it is and should be. So that's going to be it for this episode of Legit Podcast Pro. I'm Gordon Firemark, the podcast lawyer. We'll be back again next Thursday with another live episode. If you're watching live on the various streaming channels, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, I'd love to have you join us, or you can listen to the podcast on, well, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's called Legit Podcast Pro, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Have a great one.